Go for it. Over to you.
All right. I want to thank you and welcome everybody that's joined us today. My name's Karen, of course, and with my co-host Selma, we are pleased to introduce our special guest, Adam Levy. Now, Adam and I go back many, many years, again, when we were 29 and holding. He's a person that I have a lot of respect for, and he always goes the extra mile for everyone he meets. Now, Adam sent me a Facebook message, what was it, in January, and asked if I had heard about CBD oil. His message caught my attention because I had been researching it for about a year and looking at all the benefits and stuff, and lo and behold, here he is. At that time, even though it was just legalized in Canada, I still had a lot of confusion as to where to get it, what kind was best, along with 1,000 more questions, and Adam was there to answer them for me. So, Selma.
And I guess if you have similar questions and maybe different ones, you might have some concerns, or maybe this is the first time you ever heard of CBD. If so, this is the place to be at, as Adam really is going to explain the how, the what, and the why of CBD, and how you can change your future health and wealth, outcomes, all the way from Hampton, Connecticut. Whoa! Welcome, Adam Levy.
Well, thank you, ladies. I appreciate being here, Salma and Karen. Really great to be a part of this Zoom event. And share my screen for a second here. We're going to make sure we mute everybody out, because I want to make sure we don't have the dogs in the background.
Oh, there's my dog.
I think we're good to go there. I think we got rid of the dog. Okay, fantastic. And I like dogs, by the way, but not when we're trying to do a presentation. So anyway, again, thank you again so much for inviting me to be a part of this. And, I've been familiar with CTFO as a company for quite some time. I'm from Canton, Connecticut, and I've been a network marketing professional now for about 30 years. I've done it full time for that time and done extremely well, helped a lot of other people do extremely well also. But what I wanted to do is just kind of go through a quick presentation with you so you can kind of get a sense of what's been happening in the CBD space. I've kept my eye on it for a while. There's a lot of noise in the industry. There's, vape stores down the street. There's, every other spam email that you get is got some CBD attached to it. And so there's a lot of confusion out there, as you mentioned earlier. And the industry is quite large. It's just really getting started. Back in 2018, that was about $600 million in sales. Then the Farm Bill was signed into law here in the United States, and it now made it legal in all 50 states. Of course, you folks up there in Canada decided to make it legal to have recreational marijuana in your whole country, which was, kind of a telling sign of what's to come. I mean, basically the whole world is moving in the direction of legalization, not only of CBD, but also of marijuana for recreational use. So, it seems to be leaning in that direction wherever you look. In 2022, it's estimated that CBD sales will hit about $22 billion. And again, we're not talking about the stuff that gets you high. We're talking about just the CBD part. And that is going to actually be bigger than the part that gets you high, the THC. It's a bigger marketplace. People want to get healthy. They don't want to be high all day long. And that's a 40 times growth, according to Forbes, that'll be happening in the next couple of years. So I don't know what it is that you do for work today, watching this today, what your career is, what your industry is, but chances are it's not going to grow 40 times in the next 3 years. So you have a very unique opportunity to compress time and to get a lot done and really leverage over the next couple of years your ability to earn more in just a small, short period of time than would probably take you a decade or longer in other industries. So I always tell people, no matter what you're doing, carve out some time to grab a piece of what's happening with the CBD industry. CTFO, Changing the Future Outcome, is a 4-year-old company. Back in 2015, they launched as a weight loss company with a copyrighted pay plan. We still have that plan today. It's phenomenal. With a free business model, free websites, and the potential to go viral. You know, I took a look at the company back then. I actually got involved for a very short period of time back then, and you know, the products that they had were decent products. They had a great plan. I went off and focused on something else for a couple of years, but when they came back out with the CBD line of products in January of 2018, I just had to take another look. And if you look at what happened the month before, they were doing about 39,000 in business. Fast forward 1 year later, and in December of this past year, they did $2 million in sales. That's the difference between pre-CBD and CBD. You know, you add that to your line and things can explode. And that's exactly what happened with CTFO. So I want you to think about that for Canada. As you're in pre-launch, you don't have access to the CBD products as of yet. Back in 2017, you had basically the same products that you guys have in Canada right now, and the volume was around 39,000. But you move it a year forward after CBD, and we're talking about 2 million in the month of December. Well, it's estimated that by the end of this coming year of 2018, I should say, $30 million a month in sales. And we are, you know, working right now with Health Canada for that CBD approval. We've got the plan in place. We're just really waiting on them for a renewal of a license. And we are going to be bringing our products back into Canada. But we have a lot more to talk about. So cannabinoids 101, real simple. Hemp and marijuana, they're basically different varieties of the cannabis sativa plant. And again, as I mentioned, there's a lot of confusion still in this market space, and I like to call it the education gap or the education opportunity gap. And as that gap closes, people are going to become wealthy as people figure out that CBD can get you healthy, and that THC is very different, and that's what most people know about. But hemp oil actually contains over 100 cannabinoids that have been identified so far. CBD is just one of them. THC is one of them. There's others that include CBC, CBL, CBG, CBN, etc. There's over 100 of them. They all have incredible health benefits. And hemp, which is what our products are derived from, contain only trace amounts of the THC compounds, which are that psychoactive component that are found in marijuana. But despite that, hemp cultivation was suppressed back in the 30s due to its resemblance to marijuana. So this is something that's been suppressed for a very, very long time. But just this past December was the bill signed into law that now made it legal in all 50 states. And so this is something that wasn't really available to people over the last 80 to 100 years. And here we are now opening the floodgates with CBD. But now it's important to choose an effective hemp oil. And there's a lot of different ones out there. Full spectrum is the best way to go. That uses the entire plant, so you get the benefits of the whole plant. Buying organically sourced hemp is also extremely important because hemp is a bioconcentrator. They're actually using hemp right now to clean up the soil in Chernobyl. It actually absorbs toxins from the soil. So obviously you don't want to be putting that into your body. So having an organically sourced hemp product is essential. Cold CO2 extraction is also optimal, and that preserves the raw CBDa, which we'll be talking about in a few minutes. GMP certified, independent lab verification of the CBD contents as well as its purity, its microbials, its toxins, all of that. If you've got a GMP certified product, you've got independent verified lab tests, and you've got to have that today, or you just really don't know what it is that you're taking. And bioavailability is important. That's what actually gets into your system. And really, you know, only about 6% of CBD that is out on the market really gets into the bloodstream with most of the hemp products out there. Just think oil and water. They don't really mix, and your body's mostly made up of water. But our hydrophilic hemp oil, our 10X Pure, has a markedly higher absorption rate, preserving 65% of the CBDa, that is that raw, unprocessed precursor to CBD, which is over 100 times more potent than CBD. So you only need a fraction of it, and our 10X Pure retains that. The full spectrum hemp oil, you know, it has this entourage effect. So there's a lot of other things going on besides those multiple cannabinoids. There's dozens of terpenes and flavonoids and fatty acids. There's also vitamins and minerals as well. So it's a really powerful product that people want in their system. So here's some of the benefits. You know, it's amazing to me. I hear every day testimonies. We have a great website, a Facebook page with about 30,000 people that are sharing their stories about CTFO's CBD products. And so you'll get an understanding of that when you visit that site, and you can make sure you get invited to it. But the endocannabinoid system, this is something that basically explains why it seems to help so many different ailments. See, it's the body's primary tools for maintaining homeostasis and all other systems. It basically, what it does is it brings the body's systems into balance. It's not so much that it's targeting joint health or it's targeting certain issues. It's that it's targeting the system around it, and it's bringing it back into balance. And this is a system that's a very old system. It's present in all vertebrates, anything with a backbone, which basically makes it around 600 million years old. But here's the interesting thing. It was only discovered in 1994. So here's a system that's been around as long as man's been around and beyond, and yet it was just recently discovered. And so if you're bringing the nervous system back into balance, the immune system, the endocrine, pain receptors, if you're bringing those all back into balance, there's these amazing health benefits that people find in such a wide variety of ways. Well, the 10X Pure is a game changer. We've got a 500 strength and a 1500 strength. And these full spectrum CBD oil drops, they are supercharged with a hydrophilic, plays nice with water is what that means. And it's got this incredible absorbability. And here's what I will tell you about it. We have got a worldwide exclusive at CTFO with this patented hydrophilic technology. Incredible bioavailability and absorption, even crosses the blood-brain barrier. It's antiviral, it's antibacterial, it's antifungal. Absolutely an amazing product. But here's what the earliest studies are coming back on our 10X Pure, and that is that it protects that CBDa, which is the raw, unprocessed cannabidiol, which really fights inflammation and anxiety better than all the other cannabinoids. It's basically the precursor to CBD. All CBD was once CBDa, but with heat and time, the acid group of CBDa degrades to CBD, and that's what most products on the market are. They contain little or no CBDa. But 10X Pure protects that CBDa from degradation, preserving up to 65% of the CBDa in our product. And as I mentioned earlier in the initial research, CBDA is about 100 times more potent than CBD. It makes it more bioavailable, more water soluble, and it acts as a COX-2 inhibitor or a natural NSAID alternative. It's not just olive oil as that base oil. That 10X Pure is a structured oxygenated oil which contains 5 essential fatty acids. These oils in and of themselves have their own health benefits. But you combine that with our CBD and you get the 10X Pure that is doing amazing things for so many people. It's absolutely a game changer in this space. The other thing I want to point out is that, there's a lot of companies out there that are going to come out with their CBD products. Even in Canada, there's going to be some companies that try to do it. Some will do it well, some won't do it so well. But you know what? All these companies are going to want to get into the space because it's such a big business. And they'll come out with a product or 2 or 5 or whatever. But we've got 70 CBD products with CTFO. We're basically giving away an online CBD wholesale dispensary. And we have them in different price points for everybody and different categories. The full spectrum drops, the isolates for those that might be worried about any kind of a drug testing showing positive, has 0 THC in it. The vape oils. I got to tell you, my mother, she was prescribed a vape pen from her medical doctor in California. And it was for her back pain and her shoulder pain. She had a few surgeries. And of course, that vape oil had CBD in it. And it also had THC in it. Well, my mother stopped using it because she didn't want to be high all day long. She just wanted to get rid of the pain. So when we came out with our vape oil, she started vaping CTFOs, vape oils. There's no nicotine, there's no THC, just high quality CBD. She's getting great results with that. And I got to tell you, it's a big marketplace. People who are in chronic pain, 30% of all the CBD is consumed via vaping. So if you're not a vapor, that's okay, but just know that's a huge marketplace. We also have hair growth with a patented ingredient called Anagen. And that product line right there, the before and afters are amazing. We have several products in our hair growth line. If you've got thinning hair, that's a huge market today. And we've got something that can help that. Our beauty care, skin care is absolutely amazing. The body care that we have and beauty care products for the face. People love those CBD products. We also have them in non-CBD versions as well. Pain creams, sleep sprays, energy sprays, weight loss sprays, gummies. We've even got the pet products. One of the things I can say about the pet products, when your old dog or cat is not limping anymore because they're using the CBD pet products from CTFO, I guarantee you it's not a placebo. The dog or pet can't lie to you. Here's some before and afters of some of the hair growth products. But we also have some non-CBD products, and I have to tell you, these categories are pretty good categories. And this is where, when this company got started, there was only a few products. We didn't even have the skincare products that you see there. And some of those products people are raving about. I know my wife's a big fan of the eyelash serum. And if you look at some of these before and after, you can get a sense why. And again, this is a non-CBD product. You can get these products in Canada right now as we speak and start your business the way we started here in the US. We didn't have CBD when we first got started in CTFO. We just had a few non-CBD products and we built a really strong business. But when the CBD products came online, we had a group in place to take advantage of it. So take advantage of that pre-launch timing right now. Compensation plan, real simple. This is a great plan. There's a unilevel plan of 5 levels. You earn 20% on anybody that you personally enroll. You earn 4% down through 4 levels, or so down to the 5th level, I should say. And what I love about this is you have more control over your personal weekly income, more so than any other program I've seen. If you tell me you'd like to make an extra $300 to $500 a week, that's great. Just go out and give away a free online CBD dispensary. And when you give that away to people for free, they're going to go shopping. And they're going to buy, if they're in a country where we can get CBD, they're going to buy CBD products. And if they're in Canada, they're going to buy some of the other products. And they're going to build their business that way, or they're going to build in the countries that we are doing business in with CBD. But you'll earn 20% every single time that they order. And it gets paid weekly. Any business that you do this week, next Wednesday, you get paid. There's also a copyrighted matrix. And that 3x21 matrix is very unique. It's got something called profit sharing positions, which are the patented portion of our plan, which enable you to multiply your income. Computer places for you. You don't have to worry about where to put people. 3, 9, 27, 3, 9, 27, 81, 243, and it just goes down from there, down through 21 levels. And as you enroll people into this program, as you give away this free dispensary, you're going to get these profit sharing positions given to you from your 4th person on. You get them inserted into that structure, and as they stack, you start to get a multiplier on all that volume. So you can be paid 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, or more on the exact same volume if you're somebody that's getting a lot of profit sharing positions because you are sharing this with a lot of people. There's also infinity bonuses. And by the way, all 3 ways pay simultaneously and weekly. And the owners of this company are paid in the exact same way as you and I are. We're paid the same way as you and I are in this plan. So if they want to raise, guess what? They have got to give us a raise as well. Starting up, there's a few options here. You can order whatever you want individually, but there's a great package here, the non-CBD package for those in Canada. Give you a great sampling of some of our products that will also save you a lot of money because it's just a great value. You'll save $25 on this package alone. And again, this is just an option. You don't have to start this way, but it's a good one. They'll let you try some of our best-selling products, not only in Canada, but around the world as well. Health Canada, well, we're basically just waiting on them, folks. We've done our part. Our new partner in Canada has, had a license for decades, and we're just waiting for it to be renewed. And then we are lined up and ready to go to get our products back into Canada. So stay tuned for that. Again, we're waiting on your government. It's kind of out of our hands at this point, but hopefully they move sooner rather than later on getting things done. But what I'd like to point out is you want to really leverage this pre-launch. That's where Canada is right now. And basically, it rolls that opportunity clock back to zero. People who are entrepreneurial, they like to get involved early in things. They want to be involved before the ink is dry. They want to be involved before it hits. And that's where you guys sit right now. So that when CBD does get to Canada, you've got your generals in place. You've got your leadership in place so that when that hits, your volume will just shoot up right away. So don't wait. Don't sit on the sidelines and go, I'm just going to wait until it shows up. No, get busy building now. And you can build in the countries where we are marketing CBD. And those are in that pull down right there. Select your country. Those are the countries that we are currently in. And we have some other countries that are coming on very soon. Now, I got to tell you, this business is mostly done online. So does it really matter where you are if you're building a business on the internet? And the answer is no. It doesn't really matter. So you want to reach out to the places where we are doing business today with CBD, as well as the ones that are coming up: Denmark, Germany, Spain, France, Italy, Norway, Finland, Portugal, and Sweden. And those countries are going to be opening up in the next, month or two. So regardless of, when Health Canada gets their act together, you can build a business in any country that we are doing business in, as well as Canada with our non-CBD products. So just take advantage of that timing. There's going to be a day when those get turned back on again in Canada, and you want to have an organization in place, you want to have a success track in place, and you want to have a global business. Because again, this is done online. It's done from home. As Karen mentioned when we first got started, I'm here in Connecticut. I sent her a text message. I sent her a private message to Canada, right? And she responded. And everybody can do that. And you can send those messages to people in all these different countries where we're going to be doing business and where we are currently doing business. It's a very simple approach. And I do it as little as 15 minutes a day. How many messages can you send out in 15 minutes? And here's why it's important to do private messages. You can post stuff on your wall, on Facebook, or other social media sites. But the reality is just like the local vape store down the street, your friends and your neighbors, they might not want to walk in there afraid that somebody might see them, a neighbor might see them. Because again, there's a lot of misinformation still. Same thing as when you post online on your wall. Your friends may not comment or may not request info because they're afraid people will see that they're interested in CBD, which looks like marijuana to a lot of people. But if you send a private message, you'll be absolutely amazed at the appeal that's out there and the responses that people will give you. And I just do that 15 minutes a day, 15 messages a day, and people respond back favorably. They want to know more. And all of a sudden now I've got a big organization in Canada. I've got organizations all over the world, and it's just a matter of sending out those messages and being consistent. I do it from my phone, and I do it on purpose that way. I've been doing this a long time, but sending messages is something anybody can do. You don't have to have my experience, and we'll give you those messages to use. It's free also to do that, and it's duplicatable. And then you follow up with additional messages. Maybe you send them this video, to see the opportunity, or you send them a video about 10X Pure with my friend Dr. Robin Sika, or Michael Kahn on the compensation plan, and go over those details if you got a person that wants to know about that, or an article on CBDa. I mean, there's just so many things that you can share. And then maybe go a little old school. Somebody's interested, someone's got questions, you can do a three-way call. The question is, how fast can you give away a free online wholesale CBD dispensary? Some of you are going to send out 15 messages a day, and you'll do that for the next couple of weeks, and you will approach hundreds of people about this business and about CBD. And others will, send out hundreds and approach hundreds over the next 3 months. You've got people that do that in a few days. People do it in a few months. It's up to you. But the faster you go, the better. Because here's what I want to tell you about this. It's really a sprint. It's not a marathon. Everybody you know and everybody I know is probably going to buy a CBD product either this year or next. So my question to you is this. Why shouldn't they buy it from you? Or better yet, because it's free to get an account, why shouldn't they buy it from their own CBD dispensary? It's a no-brainer, folks. Absolutely no-brainer. Get started. A free wholesale CBD dispensary. You get a free back office platform, free marketing website. You get 6 of them. There's no startup costs. Free training and support. We pay out 100% of the CV gets paid out to the field. That's phenomenal. And you'll earn 20% on CV of all your personals. 40 times growth. That's the industry we're in. It gives you the ability to compress time. We've got 70 top quality CBD products at or below wholesale. You're on auto ship. It's below wholesale. You get 5% off. And we've got more products coming. We've got some incredible CBD products on the way that are going to be amazing. And, oh yeah, we offer a 60-day money-back guarantee. So guess what? Try to pull that one off at the vape store. Try their product for 60 days and then go back and tell them that you're not, that you'd like to get your money back. See if that works. So we offer a no questions, empty bottle, 60-day money-back guarantee. So anyway, with that, I just want to thank you guys again for, allowing me to, get with your folks and to share, some thoughts with everybody. Karen, I'm going to unmute you so you can close out the call for us. I'm really forward to on more of these. Go right ahead. Over to you, Karen.
Yeah, can you just unmute Selma as well, please?
Oh, for sure. There you go.
There you go. I think Selma had a quote to leave everybody with.
Well, I like Francis Bacon when he says, knowledge is power. And knowledge is a tool that, we can use to change the world, not only for ourselves, also for our loved ones, So if you want some more information, like I looked at Forbes and everything else. This is a business that is, like I think Adam was saying, 40%. It's going to be 400%. It's the sky's the limit here. So, but if you have any additional questions or something like that, shoot us an email at Karen and Selma at aboundedpotential.com, and we can get back to you on that. But this is just, it's like Adam had said, it's a no-brainer. There's opportunities and new products that are coming, like bath bombs and everything else there too.
Sunscreens, yeah.
Yeah. There's just so much, right, Karen? Yeah. So
yeah. But you know what? We can start where we are. We can start with what we've got. So my daughter's taking these, the chew-offs. Can you see that? Can you read that? Can you see it?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, the chew-offs. And we're waiting for our shake-off. And then we've got the vitamin C serum. I don't know if you can see that. The vitamin C serum. Oh, and this one. I need more. And then we've got Salma's Majesty.
Yeah, that's moisturizer. Is that come in a bigger quantity there, Karen?
You'd be amazed at how long those things last. They do last.
Yeah, that's true. You want to use a little bit there. I'm excited.
And so we can start with what we've got so far, what we have access to, and get everything in place now. So when Health Canada signs that document or whatever they do with it, we're ready to go, right? We're educated. We can educate others and buy from our own stores.
Okay, but Adam, so we're just talking about Canada, but everybody else in the States, what other countries can you get all the products right now?
Well, he just showed us.
Yeah,
with the drop down.
There's a whole list there that I just showed, but the reality is that it's not going to be that much longer. At least we hope it's not going to be that much longer. But it doesn't matter where you are. I could be in England right now and building in the United States or building in any of these countries that we're doing business in. And I just need to reach out to people in those places. We all know people who know people overseas.
Yeah, exactly.
And you guys know people in the United States. We share.
And I'm sure a lot of them are on this call right now. I think half the people were from the U.S. and other countries, and half were Canadian. So we have to kind of address all of it. So if you are in the U.S. or England, go for it. You can start ordering CBD for yourselves now. And for the rest of us, well, we're going to get everybody educated. And when the doors open, there we go. Yeah. So we've got the US, Canada, England, Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, and Sweden. So yeah, it's exciting.
Well, guys, I'm really glad to have you guys part of the team. Looking forward to coming up to Canada and traveling, and well, as soon as it gets warm up there, I hear it's going to get warm.
It's going to be warm tomorrow.
We're putting the dogs, away for now. The Huskies, we're giving them a break now, so that's okay.
All right, guys,
Bears have been really busy.
Guys, this is about to turn off any second now. So again, I want to thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody have a
for joining us.
Lucky everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye.